But did you lose the friendship too, or was it just a musical relationship that you lost?
It makes it difficult. I haven't seen people, I mean, it's difficult anyway because about 10 years ago I moved to Prague, so seeing those people quite often, the only time I did see them was when we were involved in making music. So it takes a lot more effort to see people. I still miss them a lot, and we don't see each other much, which is something I really regret, especially with Mark. I think it's harder for Mark, who played bass, because he never really changed. It wasn't as though his musical ideas or what he wanted from it ever moved. He was always himself, and he's somebody that I've known for more than half of my life, so it's very hard not to have him around.
Was it a mutual decision that they left, Dickon, Alistair and Mark, or was it, did you tell them?
I think Dickon obviously was different because he was so busy in his film music, without really saying, I mean, well, he basically did say that he doesn't want to carry on anymore at the moment. I mean, it wasn't like we've left, maybe one day the six of us will be back together making music, but at that time there wasn't anywhere else to go, and we felt like we needed to do something to move on. I mean, just after that period, myself, Neil and Stuart decided to just have a few rehearsals just to get together for a weekend and see what happened. And from that weekend we decided we needed another weekend a few weeks later to carry it on. And as we'd met Dan and Thomas was somebody very special for us as a drummer. We felt we needed to carry on working with him. And it just kind of evolved, and little by little it grew into this thing that we felt we had something to do, and it was exciting. And we'd moved on, and we couldn't really then say, okay, but let's involve Al and Mark, or let's do this. It's kind of gone somewhere else. I think the feeling of it, the heart of it was still Tindersticks, which is why we remained Tindersticks.
But how did Mark and Al then take it?
I think it's different for them. I think Al's life had moved on in some way that maybe, I don't think he could honestly say that he would have been happy making another record. As I say with Mark, I don't think he'd ever changed, so it's probably a lot harder for him. But it is very difficult, but you have to move on sometimes.
So that's how come the Hungry Soul?
Yep.
Why the title?
I think it basically comes from the song, and the song was an important song, I think, because it's quite playful from Stuart's point of view of his songwriting, his lyrics. I think there's a lot of fun in the lyrics, but the song is kind of principally, basically about creating beautiful things and wanting to break them up, wanting to smash them, and this idea of this thing that runs through your life of perhaps destroying things that you love or that you care about. And maybe that has something to do with moving on into this new way of working, or maybe it has something else completely different to do. It's Stuart's song, so I only can think about it in the way that it affects me. So.
But do you talk about it then with him?
Sometimes. I've never really questioned his lyrics in the same way that I'd never really want to meet anyone that I admire so much. I mean, there are people whose music I love, whose songs I love, but I would never want to be in a room with them to talk about it because maybe they don't mean what I think, and then that destroys the reason why I love them. So, and it's very similar with Stuart. If he started to sing about something that I thought was really strange or odd, I would say, "What are you trying to say?" But I believe in him and I trust in him, so I make of his songs what I want to make of them, so that that gives me a way into them, so that I can maybe put my music in there or play along to it or just listen to it.